Let's go! Adrenaline! Adrenaline! Running through my veins.
Good morning, I'm Robin Banks. Welcome to the UK and the Brands Hatch Circuit in beautiful Kent, and host to the penultimate round of the British Heart Foundation Jenny Tilwart Cup 2022. Once again, we are supporting this incredible charity by raising awareness. You can help if you wish by shopping in their shops or simply donating any unwanted items you could spare. I can assure you, together we are saving lives. Brands Hatch started its life as a farm track and was first used by a group of cyclists from Gravesend. The first actual race event was held in 1926 by cross-country runners and cyclists. The track consists of a total length of just over 2.4 miles, with 9 corners and the longest straight of just 475 meters. In round 5, Ray Zafra, standing in for Fabio, took the win, with Brian Messiah in second and Artie Fernati completing the podium. The championship is almost over. Although Carlos Punterino may be crowned the new Jenny Tilwart Cup boss here in Brands Hatch, the fight for runner-up and third still rages on, and 5 drivers still doing all they can to secure the prestige of being at the top spot. So let's take a look at our grid lineup today. On pole, we have Carlos Punterino. In second place, Damon Punterino. In third place, Scott Milano. In fourth, Artie Fernati. In fifth, Rico Mortis. In sixth, Brian Messiah. In seventh, Halen Van Eddy. In eighth, Alex Anders. In ninth, Fabio Detrelli. In 10th, Simon Bouquet. And rounding out the grid in 11th, Philadelphia. So let's go down to the track where our ex-race driver and technical guru Dave Unshaw is doing our lap focus for us. How's it going, Dave?
Many thanks, Robin. First time at Brands Hatch in a Drew 2 car. Down towards Paddock Hill Bend. 88 miles an hour second gear. And then up the Pilgrim's Rise towards Druids. Down to 53 mile an hour first gear around Druids. And then down towards the Graham Hill Bend. Building speed and then back on the brakes. 78 mile an hour second gear and up the Cooper Straight. 134 mile an hour third gear before dropping down to second. 75 mile an hour into Surtees. Into the sharp left-hander and then right up there with a hill. Building speed and then down towards the Pilgrim's Drop. Reaching speeds of 170 miles an hour fifth gear before on the brakes into Hawthorne. 123 mile an hour fourth gear. Holding it steady, then onto the brakes and down into third gear into Westfield. 88 mile an hour. Down into Dingle Dale and then up towards Sheets Curve. 100 mile an hour third gear through there. Very scary because it's blind. Down towards Stirling's 82 miles an hour second gear and then on the gas all the way down through Clearways. 151 mile an hour fourth gear before banging on the brakes into Clark Turn. 102 mile an hour third gear and then back on the gas. Crossing the finish line at 170 mile an hour fifth gear. I'm knackered already, Robin. Good luck, guys.
Many thanks, Dave. That's Dave Unshaw. He's done this track a million times and he's relied Robin, but never in a Group 2 car. As we line up on the grid for the 6th round of the Jenny Tilwart Cup 2022 Championship. And we're away. Engines are revving. Halen Van Eddy gets an awful start. Fabio Detrelli spins out and Philadelphia crashes into the back of number 7. Trying to salvage something in a Paddock Hill Bend. Carlos Punterino gets a good start with Damon Punterino in second place. Artie Fernati in third and Scott Milano in fourth. Carlos knows it's now or never. He can win this championship today. Job done. Around Surtees they go for the first time on board with Brian Messiah. Tyres are still cold, not quite up to temperature yet. And then on towards the Pilgrim's Drop. Very, very fast bit of track. Brian looks about got on the inside of Artie Fernati. Thinks better of it. Goes into Hawthorne. Nice tight line. Loses a bit of speed there. Alexander's coming around Westfield. Goes onto the grass and into the gravel trap. Not a very good start for the first lap. Cost him a lot of time. Easy done though. Firing into Sheen Curve. Alexander's is off track again by the look of it with Philadelphia at the back there. Can we get a replay? See what happened? Here we go. Easy done. Touch that grass. It'll just pull you right off the track into Sheen Curve. Absolute clench fest into there, folks. Into Stirling's they go and down towards Clark Turn. Looking at David Punterino, desperate for a good result here. Love to get it on his own turf. Let's hope he can pull something out of the bag. Carlos Punterino is slowly pulling away. On a different level is Carlos. Has been all championship. Back with Simon Bouquet, good to see him on track. Doing a good job so far. Hanging on to the back of Rico Mortis with Halen Van Eddy for company. Halen Fixaman going around the outside down towards the Pilgrim's Drop. Down the hill they go towards Hawthorne. Halen Fix better of it. Quite dangerous there, folks. If you come off track there, it's very, very quick indeed. Into Westfield and down Dingledale up towards Sheen Curve. Into the right-hander, it's blind as you enter that turn. It's a leap of faith. Simon Bouquet catches the grass and managed to save it. Saw the tear-offs eject. Down through Clearways and into the Clark Curve. Onto the Brabham Straight. Really fast part of the track this is. Carlos Punterino pulling one hell of a gap already. He'll be looking to save some tyres though. Not sure how many pit stops Carlos will do. Down the Cooper Straight. And into Surtees. Very hard corner to get right. A lot of people go wide into the gravel trap there. Rico in 6th place. Holding off Simon Bouquet and Halen Van Eddy. Rico wants a good result out of this. Did fairly well in practice. Running 1:13s there for a while. Not a bad lap time. He could just hold it together. Brands Hatch is always one of those tracks where it's you either love it or you hate it. I think most of the guys at Rico's on the grass. Spins out on the 3rd lap. Simon Bouquet almost makes contact. That's unfortunate for Rico. That puts him at the back of the field. Very, very unfortunate indeed. Brian Messiah going down the Brabham Straight towards Paddock Hill Bend. Also a leap of faith. Very blind. What is it with this place? Come in, Dave. Doors open. I was just saying it's very scary going into Paddock Hill Bend, Dave. I tell you what, Robin, it is very, very scary indeed going into Paddock Hill Bend. And the worst bit is as well, everybody's on the side of the track watching. Yeah, still want to look a complete plonker, eh, Dave? Definitely not, Robin. The amount of times I rolled my Robin Reliant into that bend is unreal. I take it you're feeling a lot better now, Dave, after that beating you had last week? Oh, much better, thank you. You can see that my eye's gone down and so has my nose. Took a right kick in, I did. You look like you'd been in the ring with that Tyke Mason guy. I think you mean Mike Tyson, Robin. Yeah, that's the one. Something like that. Fabio Detrelli going down the hill towards Westfield. Philadelphia doing a great job this round, Dave, so far. I'm really rooting for Philly this time, Robin. I really, really hope he does well. He needs a little lifeline, I think. T-Bone and Raphael have now quit the championship. Shame. Such a shame. Yes, I heard that. Yeah, not good. It's always a shame to lose drivers. Really unfortunate. Be nice to see them back, but who knows? It's just the way it goes. It is, in the world of racing, it definitely is touch and go. I know that Carlos Punterino had some serious touch and go, Dave, last week. Oh, didn't he just? That Brawley girl of his, she is wonderful, right, Robin, isn't she? My word, yes, she does not make you stand upright. She does indeed. Brian Messiah hoping for a good result here, Dave. Brian is really hoping for a good result. He was really, really quick in practice, but didn't do so well on qualifying. He's lost control. Brian's got off track and going into Sterling's. Almost collected by Scott Milano by the look of it. That was a close one there. He'll get back on his feet. Artie Fedati doing a good job. Artie had not got the control of this car now, Robin. Absolutely brilliant to see. Yes, he has kind of come of age and got the hang of it now, that's for sure. Good to see Fabio back too, Dave. Yes, Fabio's back. He said he's almost got his sense of smell back now. He did wish that he hadn't because a lot of the guys had a curry last night to celebrate. So, yes, it's not been great start. Do you remember that curry that Rico and his team had when we was in Autopolis, Dave? When Rico got airlifted to hospital for stubbing his toe on the shower. I do remember that, but let's not forget that was when the tear-off underpants were in early development and Rico's blew up in the cockpit and went straight through the back window onto the bonnet of Raphael Doubtfire's car. Do you remember? Yes, I do. It took Raphael quite a while to get over that. I think they threw Rico's car in the bin. They didn't bother cleaning it out. Milano's gone off track, folks. Managed to save something, but let Brian Messiah through. He'll be kicking himself for that mistake. Yes, they did throw it in the bin, Dave. Horrible that was. And Rico's toe was pretty bad too. Didn't he have a bigger shoe on that side for a little while? He had what they call a clodhopper. A what, Dave? A clodhopper. It means very big shoe. Oh, I didn't realise that. David Punterino with Artie Fadati for company. Into Surtees and down towards the Pilgrim's Drop. I'll tell you what though, Robin, once you get this track in your head, it is a lot of fun. It does look like it's a lot of fun, that's for sure. But it also looks like a absolute cledge fest if you're not careful. It's just like that, just go off track slightly and you hear that you can sort of always see the tear-off system sort of move into position. If you look really close, you can see the light flashing as they are just about to tear off. So, how does it work, Dave? When they're approaching a corner, the system senses the G-forces, and if those G-forces go over a certain limit, the system sort of puts itself into ready mode, and then, obviously, if the G-forces go outside that limit, then it waits for contact, and then when it gets contact, it rips, like that, and then it sort of throws it out the back. Sounds like it happens very quick. Oh, it does. And also, you get sprayed with moisturiser, and then there's a fresh sort of pant put back in place. It's so quick. It's brilliant stuff. It's like all these things, Dave. It's really, really good until it goes wrong. Yeah, but that's like most technology these days. Great to see Simon Bouquet back with us as he goes around and down onto the Cooper Straight towards Surtees. Hanging onto the back of Fabio Detrelli. Around Surtees they go. Over the crest and down the hill towards the Pilgrim's Drop and into Hoffords. On board with Carlos Punterino going into Stirling's. Down through clearways like a rocket and down towards the Clark Curve. Right up behind Artie Fadati. Artie goes in the pits. It's just Damon Punterino in front of Carlos now. Damon's probably yet to pit as well. Into Paddock Hill Bend they go. One hell of a corner when it's wet, Dave. Oh, when it's wet into Paddock Hill, my word. That is, I'll tell you as well, if you caught when I used to race my Reliance, when I caught the wheel on that curb going into Paddock Hill Bend, it used to flip the car and I'd almost end up in with the spectators. That must have been terrifying, Dave. It was terrifying, and we never had anything like tear-off underpants back then, I can tell you. It was you-know-what or bust. Carlos Punterino makes a move on David Punterino. Gets the job done, sails through, squeaky clean. Damon saying, oh, none of that. Come back here. I was just about to, oh, for heaven's sake.
Will the bald gentleman who just entered the stands at Paddock Hill Bend please put his hat back on? The glare from your head is blinding the drivers as they enter the bend and could cause a serious accident.
Dave,
Thank
is that you? Oh, there you are. No, it's not me, Robin. I have had my hair permanently glued on. Thank you. After the accident. Yes, I remember that as well. Those marshals were running around screaming and stamping for quite a while, Dave. It was easily done, as the downdraft as some of these drivers go past in these cars is really breathtaking sometimes. And hair-taking, Robin. Halen Van Eddy going down the Brabham Straight towards Paddock Hill Bend. Slips up the inside of Rico. Very nicely done. Rico going backwards in the pack. This is not ending well for Rico. Rico holding on to the back of Halen, trying to get that position back. Looking for a way through, no doubt. Timon Bouquet still holding them off. Into Surtees. Around they go. Heading down the hill. Rico losing a bit of ground on that exit. Rico lost a lot of ground on that exit, Robin. He must have caught the gravel or just gone in too deep or whatever. Easy done. Down through Westfield into Dingledale and up towards the Sheen Curve. Like a roller coaster ride. Around Stirling's. Down through Clearways. Like a freight train. David Punterino looks up the inside of Rico. Thinks better of it. Simon Bouquet goes into the pits. David Punterino coming up the inside of Rico down Brabham Straight towards Paddock Hill Bend. Gets the job done. Beautiful manoeuvre. Very, very good indeed. Up the Pilgrims Rise and around Druids. Back with Fabio. Big hounded by Halen. So glad Fabio's back, Robin. Great to see. Back where he belongs. He's doing well for his return. I know he's still injured and finds his crash helmet still a bit tight. But he's definitely getting there. I do like the Ukrainian colours that the guys are running at the moment. A very, very nice thing to do, I think. It is very nice. Such a shame what's happening over there. If it was us, it would be, we'd know exactly how they feel, but it is absolutely gut-wrenching. Oh, it is, Dave. So we're almost at the halfway point in the race, folks. So let's go down to pit lane and have a quick word with our interviewer, Jack Tupp. How's it going, Jack?
Many thanks, Robin. I'm down here in pit lane talking to Bigelow Harris, Carlos Punterino's head mechanic, about what it takes to prepare a championship-winning car. Hello, Big. Nice to see you. You see you've been working hard on Carlos's car in preparation for his potential crowning. What's your secret?
Hi, Jack. Good to see you too. Well, basically, a key factor is, and always has been, communication. Hang on a minute.
Luigi! Hey, put that on the other side! What did you say? The other side! Did you say? Yes! Oh, okay.
And so basically we make sure that the car starts. That's very important. And then we check that... hang on a minute.
Luigi, no! Not that side! Eh? No! What? That's the wrong side! You said it wasn't the right side! No, the left! You've put it on the wrong side! You said put it on the right side! Yeah, but that's the left! Why don't you speak a bloody English? I'm sick of this crap!
Sorry about that, Jack. You wouldn't think he was our secret weapon, would you?
I can see the challenges you guys face keeping the drivers on four wheels.
Is this on the right side? That's the left, but it's the right side! I can't take it this no more, you bloody melon!
As you can see, Robin, it's a struggle to deliver a championship-winning car, and when the key factor is communication. Back to you.
Many thanks, Jack. That sounded like absolute chaos. It's amazing that Bigelow is so good at his job, though. Yeah, well done. Nice interview. Very good. Okay, back to the race, folks. Carlos Punterino is maintaining his first place. Here we go down the hill. Rico is going into the pits. Looks like Scott Milano's just wiped him out. I don't think Scott realised what was going on there. Rico was definitely going in the pits, I believe. Such a shame. Scott wouldn't have wished that on him for the world, I know that. Easy mistake to make. It's a bit of a silly place to put the pit entrance anyway. Back with Brian Messiah. Heading down the Cooper straight towards Surtees. Lovely shot as the cars go over the camera, Dave. It is, Robin. That is one hell of a good camera shot. That cameraman, he lies down there on the floor, waiting for when you're bombing up to him at 100 mile an hour, you can see the whites of his eyes. It's unbelievable. There can't be a cameraman hiding in the grass there, Dave. Don't be so silly. I kid you not, there is a man hiding in a ghillie suit in the grass. He's a little bit slimmer than what he was when he first got here, but that's his job. He must get paid a lot of money for doing that, I can tell you, because if one of these drivers makes a cock up, that's the end of it. You do hear the occasional scream. I bet. My word. Brian Messiah is almost on the back of David Punterino, his teammate. There are no team orders here this weekend, folks. Brian Messiah dives up the inside into Paddock Hill Bend. Can he get the job done? Goes around the inside, takes a huge amount of curb, but gets the job done up into Druids. Brian's got the inside line. That will hold anybody at bay. Down towards Graham Hill Bend, and then on to the Cooper Straight. Very difficult bend, Graham Hill, I find, Dave. Hit Graham Hill Bend too fast, and you go up the hill towards the paddock. It can be quite a scary experience. As we just watched Philadelphia clip the grass. Philly doing a fantastic job this round. If he gets a top 10 result, this will be a brilliant result for Philadelphia. Be so good to see. Talking about accidents on the Cooper Strike, Ayla Van Eddy spins out. That's what Dave's talking about, folks. If you go onto that grass on that rise, it could send you flying across the track. Ayla will get back into it. Here he goes. Back with Simon Bouquet, running in 8th place. Down the hill, you can see how steep that hill is, folks. Unbelievable stuff. When you walk up it, it's quite a long hike. I normally go down there on my push bike in the mornings. It's you get up quite a bit of speed going down into Hawthorns, I can tell you. Was that you I saw being pulled out of the gravel earlier, Dave? It was a bit early. I know there was a bit slippery out there. No, that wasn't me. I went out after that. There must be a doppelganger hanging around the track. It definitely looked like you. I know you look very pale if it was you. No, it was definitely not me, Robin. Anyway, back to the race, Robin. Yes, back to the race, folks. Scott Milano. Been doing a good job this round. I know he missed the first one, but since then he's been on good form. Really pushing himself. Carlos Punterino. Soon, probably today, may well be crowned champion. Put on a phenomenal campaign, has Carlos. Carlos has put on a brilliant show. There's no disputing that. He's really raised the bar of the championships. Gonna take some beating, I think. How do you think he'll do in the Podium GT3, Dave? The next championship coming up. Watch this space is all I can say. I know Rico's and his crew are going back to BMW, and we're formidable, but I don't know. It's going to be hard to beat this guy. We'll see what happens. It's going to be one hell of a championship, I know that. I'm really looking forward to it. GT3 cars. Not sure what tracks we've got yet, but I know it's proposed to start on the 3rd of April, I believe. Yes, I did have a visit from Race Direction, signing me up for commentary for the next season. So me and Dave will be back with you folks, and Jack too. Artie Fenati looking for a way around David Punterino. David's got good pace. Set of absolute blistering lap in practice. Raised the bar for everybody. David catches the grass. Does exactly what Rico did, although he doesn't spin out quite so bad. But yes, that is a real clench fest round that corner. I see there's quite a pile of pants round there as well. There's a pile of pants on every corner around this track, especially on the entrance and exit of pit lane. If you wondered what the fog was, people, that's what it is. Here we go.
All gentlemen in stands at Paddock Hill Bend, please put his hat back on. The glare from your head is too fierce and is causing the drivers to make mistakes into Paddock Hill Bend.
I'll tell you what, Dave, I can't see that from here. I thought it was the sun coming out from the clouds, but it's not. It's that guy's head. He's obviously just had a short back and buff, as we call it, Robin. You ought to know, Dave. Sorry. I should think so, too. Philadelphia, like he's been shot out of a cannon this weekend. Back with Halen Van Eddy. running in 8th place. Trying to keep the pace up, keep the focus. Can he finish top 5? That brilliant podium he got in Autopolis was incredible stuff. Fought off his teammate Brian Messiah for several laps and managed to bring home a 3rd place. Fantastic that was, Dave. Oh, that was brilliant. That really was a good ending to the race. I hope we have a similar occurrence this weekend. I'm sure we will. It always hots up on the last few laps. It looks like almost like they pulled a pin and give it some welly, as they say. Funnily enough, that's what we used to wear as race footwear, Robin. Wellies. Get away with you. You never wore wellies. Oh, yes, we did. We did wear wellies, oh, I'm not joking. I always thought it was the smell of the tyres burning, not the footwear that you lot used to wear. Yes, we did come out of those cars in a bit of a mess. Oh, I remember. My word. Oh, what a smell. Shame they didn't have Febreze wellies back then. Do not give Hansoff any more ideas, Robin. He is developing all sorts of weird stuff in his lab, especially since he got his hand on some alien tech. What do you mean, Dave? What's his next project? I am sworn to secrecy, but needless to say, to try and beat Carlos Pontorino, Rico has enlisted Hansoff to build him a teleport machine. A teleport machine? How does that work, Dave? Well, basically, Rico can teleport to the front of the pack on the last lap. Won't anybody notice? Rico doesn't seem to think so. What has he done? Bagged his head in a crash? He said that he is desperate for a result. Hello, who's that gone off track? That's Simon Bouquet. I think he did that earlier, and he's also mowing the grass on the right-hand side down towards Clearways. Yes, that would have made Saturn stand up in the seat, I know that. Simon running in the standard Airfix livery. Back with Damon Pontorino. Damon running in 5th place, putting in some fairly good laps, Dave. He is putting in some very good laps. You should have seen him in practice. He was the top of the sheet. Unbelievable stuff from Damon. Really hoping for a good result in the championship. I think he will. I see there's one hell of a battle for the number 3 spot. I know Brian's clearly got 2nd. He's quite high up in the points. And Carlos, I don't think he'll have any trouble becoming champion. Yeah, Brian's got some brilliant points, but he's 52 points behind Carlos. It's a big ask. Yeah, usually at this stage in the competition, folks, it's you kind of know which way it's going. But there is still one massive fight for the number 3 spot in the championship standings. If this race goes the way I think it's going to go, there's going to be about 5 drivers fighting for the number 3 spot. That is great for obviously getting signed for the next season. Oh, definitely. You even if you can't win the championship, you've got to at least show your worth to your team by getting good results. It's the best way to get into a championship team. Yeah, there's a lot of drivers do that. They really sort of up the ante in the last few laps. And we've lost Simon Bouquet. Shot off track coming into the Sheen curve. Hopefully he's okay. He'll be all right. The gravel there's quite deep, so it would have slowed him down. He didn't spin over, so all good. See, Carlos has put in one hell of a fast lap so far, Robin. Yeah, so 1:10.9. That's really quick. Most of our drivers were trying to beat the 1:12 in practice. Some got into 1:11 during qualifying, but that is an incredible time. That is an incredible time. Unbelievable. I'll tell you, he is on another level. We need to slow this guy down, that's for sure. The only problem is he's always having lonely races. Yes, it can get quite lonely if you're driving around on your lonesome, or Todd, as we like to call it. Back with Brian Messiah, also running a rather lonely race. David Pontorino seems to be having a bit of a gap. Artie Fernandes in 2nd at the moment, Dave. I can see this building up to be one hell of a fight in the last round We're off to Nürburgring next week, folks. It's Germany. I know Rico despises that track with a vengeance, but some of the guys love it. So it'll be a great chance for some of the lesser scoring drivers to get some good points in the final round and beef up their tally. Absolutely, Dave. It will be the final push for everybody. It will be, what do they call it? Poop or bust. Well, a lot of us call it something else, to be honest. But yeah, that's close enough. Back with Rico. This round for Rico looks like an absolute shambles. It's a shame. He had really good pace in practice. He was running good lap times. He had good consistency too, Dave. He did. I think maybe the one stop wasn't the best idea, given the amount of time you spend in the pits. Yeah, might have been a mistake there. Definitely seems to be struggling, and so does Alexander's as well. I'm hoping that they do well, but yes, it's not been a very good round for Rico and his team, that's for sure. Heading down clearways towards the clock curve. It's the final turn, Dave. It's a real tricky one. Clock curve is really hard to get right. You've got to kind of almost go on the grass and then shoot over and clip that curb as you come in. It's a difficult corner. On board with Artie Fernati chasing Brian Messiah. Quite a way off at the moment, but it looks like Artie's gaining ground. Down Dingledale and up into Sheen Curve. Clipping that apex, running over that curb and down into... Oh,
Well, gentlemen, in the stand at Paddock Hill Bend, if I were you, mate, I'd make a run for it. Security services are on their way to remove you from the stand, as your slap head has gone nuclear. As you have ignored all other warnings, you will be dealt with accordingly, resulting in a leg and a wing out the gate. Thank you.
they're not really going to throw him out the gate, Dave, surely. Oh, they will. They'll throw him out. Anyway, folks, back to the race. This is exciting stuff. I'm going to go now, Robin. I'm going to go and watch this from the side of the track. Thanks, guys. Take care. See you next week. Many thanks, Dave. Dave Unshaw, gone down to pit lane. This is really hotting up, folks, for a hell of a finale of round 6. Artie Fernati is almost on the back of Brian Messiah, down the hill towards Hawthorns. Brian doing all he can to keep him at bay, but it looks like it may all be futile. Down the hill into Dingledale, hammering up into the blind Sheen Curve, and then shooting down towards Stirling's and onto Clearways. Brian trying to conserve any ounce of rubber on his tyres he has. Back with Fabio Detrelli. Overtaking, looks like Rico's letting some cars through. Realises he hasn't got the pace in these closing laps, so he's pulling it to one side to let Scott and Fabio through. Very good gesture. He'll just consolidate whatever points he can in this race. Into Westfield, and then down the hill into Dingledale. Up the other side for the absolute clench fest of Sheen Curve. And into Stirling's. Hammering down towards Clearways and then on the brakes. Back with Artie Fernati and Brian Messiah. They're side by side going down the Pilgrim Strop towards Hawthorns. Artie's trying to find a way around Brian side by side down towards Westfield. This can only end one way, folks, if they don't get this right. Here they go, down towards Dingledale. Artie Fernati looking for any which way he can to get past Brian. Brian trying to block him. Into Stirling's they go. Missing that curb. Hammering down towards Clearways. This is the final corner, but not the final lap. So they've got a lot to go to fight this off. Brian holding all he can. Gets a good run out of clock curve. Down Brabham Straight towards Paddock Hill Bend. No mistakes here. Hopefully they've got to hold it together. Into Paddock Hill Bend. Artie Fernati catches the curb, goes out wide. Up into Druids. Brian takes a tight defensive line. Artie Fernati's on the back of him. Keeping rhythm down towards Surtees. Into that left-hander and onto the Cooper Straight. Brian Messiah. Artie Fernati loses traction going down the Cooper Straight. That would give Brian Messiah a little bit of breathing space. Not sure that is going to be all he needs though, folks. This is the penultimate lap. Artie Fernati got to do all he can now to make up some ground. Into Hawthorns they go. Down towards Westfield. Artie's almost on the back of Brian again now. He's obviously got better pace in that sector. Down Dingle Dell and up into Sheen Curve. Brian Messiah almost catching the grass. Down into Sterling's. Artie Fanati's almost 3 or 4 car lengths behind now. Down Clareways and into Clark Curve. Brian's got to hold it together now. They're almost on the final lap. Artie Fanati trying to create a master plan on this final lap. Over the line they go. Round into Paddock Hill Bend. No mistakes here. Tyres will be almost gone, folks. Scott Milano trying to do all he can to get up to David Punterino in 4th place. David's far enough up the road to be safe, I think. Down through Dingle Dell goes Scott, on board with Artie Fanati down to Cooper Straight and into Surtees. Trying to hang on to the back of Brian Messiah. This is all or nothing, folks. Here he goes, entering into the Pilgrim's Drop. Brian had a good run out of Surtees. Into Hawthorns. Can he hold him off? He may just have the space he needs to take the 2nd place. Around Westfield. Artie's almost on the back of him down into Dingle Dell. Can we hold it together going into the Sheen Curve? Holding his nerve. Both of them into Sterling's. Artie trying to get out of tight line. This is the last attempt from Artie Fanati. As we go to our race winner, if he gets back in one piece, Carlos Punterino. Carlos Punterino wins the 6th round of the Jenny Tilwart Cup 2022. Hello, he's parked up. What the hell is going on here, folks? Brian Messiah. He's letting a load of drivers through. This is a replay showing Carlos coming over the line because Brian Messiah should be on him by now. Carlos Punterino takes the win. Back with Brian Messiah and Artie Fanati. We've reversed up a little bit by the look of it. Artie Fanati coming into the final turn. Can he get it stopped? Brian Messiah gets the run out of Clark Curve. Brian Messiah takes 2nd place. Artie Fanati 3rd. Well done, guys. That was an exciting end to the race. David Punterino comes home in 4th place. That's a brilliant result for David. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Held it together. 4th place, fantastic result for Damon. Good job. Scott Milano coming in to 5th place by the look of it. Well done, Scott. That's a very, very good result. Scott did most of the race on soft tyres too, folks. That is one hell of an effort. Halen and Fabio scrap for 6th place. Fabio goes into the gravel trap. Very unfortunate. And Philadelphia takes a brilliant 7th place. Well done, Philadelphia. That was a fantastic drive. Fabio Natrilli crosses the line in 8th place. Enrico Mortis, who is nowhere to be seen. Oh, here he comes. He comes over the line in 9th place. Congratulations to Carlos Punterino for an incredible victory and becoming our Jenny Tilwart Cup champion 2022. Lifting the crown will be up to the final round. Congratulations to Brian Messiah 2nd and Artie Fanati joining him on the 3rd step of the podium. So let's take a look at the championship results after round 6. At the top of the table, as expected, is Carlos Punterino on 181 points. Brian Messiah in 2nd place on 114 and Rico in 3rd on 77. Artie Fanati on 72 points. Damon Punterino on 65. Fabio Natrilli on 62 and Scott Milano on 59 points. Halen Vanetti on 47. Archie Angelo on 30. Alex Anders on 28 and Frank Hansom on 27. Vincent Carrasco on 25, Rafael Doubtfire on 21, Philadelphia on 20, Simon Bouquet on 19, and T-Bird McKinley on 16 points. So let's take a look at our team table, folks, and see how this is shaping up. Good Alien has a 2-point lead with 177, and Team Simitic on 175. Affinity Racing on 153. Airfix on 105, and Sky Comedy on 49 points. So that's it, folks. Next week we're in Germany and the famed Nürburgring GP for the final round. But for now, from Brands Hatch, from me and Dave, thanks for watching, take care, and goodbye.
Adrenaline running through my veins. Running through my veins. Adrenaline running through my veins. Running through my veins. Running through my veins. adrenaline.